Back here with more DT Daily. Thanks everybody for joining us. As usual, I want to emphasize we're live across all of our social media platforms right now, so drop in your comments and your questions. And we are going to be joined right now by comedian Michael Lenoci. Michael, just want to see, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. Hey, Michael, hi, how's it going? Where are you at right now?
I'm in my living room.
Okay, all right, I wasn't sure if you're on the road.
Oh, you want the city?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're on the road or not because I was curious about what the painting is behind you.
Yeah, that's New York. That's New York City, huh? How about that? That's New York City in like the 40s.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So it's before there were tall buildings. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm just guessing right now.
No, that's fine.
Like,
as long as you make it up and say it with confidence, like everybody's going to believe it anyway.
Yeah, that's New England.
Yeah, perfect. Well,
Yeah.
Michael, thanks for joining us. I do want to say congratulations too, because I was following you online. You just ran a half marathon, is that right?
Yeah, I did. I ran a half marathon less than 20, yeah, about 24 hours ago. So
how are the legs feeling?
Not good, at all.
No, that seems miserable. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, well, I don't. Well, I think I'll feel good next week. I'll be like, yeah, I did something.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why I did it, but like just to prove to myself that I can.
No, that's really awesome. Like, congratulations on doing that. I mean, you are a busy guy, just following along with everything you do. And I want to talk about, of course, your tour, and talk about the places where you've been performing. But I wanted to ask about your podcast first. So it's Guys Night Out is the podcast. What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's like it's kind of like I'm a therapist, really. People. Yeah. I'm a relationship therapist, not licensed, obviously. And you honestly shouldn't come to me for advice, but people keep coming back, and I give them my opinion a little bit. It's a little played up a little bit, more a little of an act, but it's people writing these stories about like maybe their relationships or their dating life, and they kind of tell a story or they ask for advice, and I comment on it and I tell them what's wrong with them.
Perfect. And that's what a therapist should do. I feel like
what's wrong in the relationship, or I give them a different perspective on what I think is going on. So sometimes we help people, we actually do, and sometimes I make fun. And I'm sorry if I hurt anyone, but
hey, they know what they're getting into.
Yeah, they do.
They know what's happening. So that's the Guys Night Out podcast. And how long have you been doing that show?
Over 90 weeks, 91 weeks.
Dang.
We're going on 91 weeks. Yeah. So
that's
whatever that equals in years.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have mathematicians do the math behind the scenes here for Digital Trends. But so you've been doing that a long time. How have you seen it since you've been doing the podcast? Like, how have you seen your audience change? Like your live audience? Do you notice a difference when you're out performing, or has it brought in different kinds of fans?
No, I think people that see me perform live then go to the podcast, and then are like, hey, I like your podcast. Great job. And then I go, oh, thank you. And then we part ways, and I never see those people again.
I love the live interact, the recreation of that moment,
yeah,
though.
How are you? I mean, there's no different, but the show's going to go to the same. The stand-up show's the same. But, I mean, there might be an interaction where, like, they say something about it, but it's really nothing more than that.
Well, let's talk about your stand-up career. I mean, obviously, I have to bring up, the Major League Baseball side of this. Like, can you talk about how this transition happened, like how you became a comedian, like what got you into comedy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you thought I was a professional baseball player before this.
No.
Like, yeah, you could probably tell because of my figure. I'm very athletic looking. I mean, I don't know who's watching right now. You probably can't tell right now because I'm wearing a baggy hoodie, but like I can bench press and stuff. I've done stuff like that. Anyways, sorry. How did I get into stand-up?
Yeah, how did you get into stand-up?
I've always wanted to do it since I was a little kid, and then growing up in Florida, it just was like, well, you're not going to do that because you live in Florida. And then after college, I was like, well, I don't want to have a regular life.
Yeah, it's not for you.
That was like sad, and I would like, I couldn't do that. I was just like, I was like, let me go take a shot. I was like, I know I can do this, and I moved out to LA in 2010, and I started, just like I think most people, you just start doing open mics. You figure it out. I mean, you either figure it out or you don't, and then you get better. You work hard. You stay focused. Like anything else, you keep doing it. You do it every day. You'll be good at it. If I did this show every day in 3 years, I'd be good at it. Right now, I'm probably awful.
We
But
just need 91 weeks, you know, and then we're going to figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll get it dialed in. Well, okay, so no, you're great. So you got started in this career, I mean, and now, you know, you're getting to go all over the place. And I know you just played Carnegie Hall, is that right?
yes, I did that.
What was that
Yeah.
feeling like walking on, just knowing from, you know, starting off these open mics to boom, you know, you're at one of the most famous stages, you know, of all time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that didn't really hit me. I mean, I'm grateful to actually get to do that and open the show. I mean,
Hmm.
I was just, I'm the opening act for that show, but that was still an amazing moment. Yeah, I don't think I really thought much of it. I just thought it was just another day at the office until we really got to the venue and learned more about the history of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it had been around for years, but it's breathtaking when you're in there. It's an old venue, but it's beautiful and gorgeous. And then when I got on stage, I just walk out there. I walked out there, and then like maybe a minute in, I just took a breath, and just took it in,
Yeah.
and then went into my set. It's again, I took in the moment, but after a minute, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
just like
I'm here, yeah, doing your job, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what you're used to doing. Do you ever change, like when you're going around the country, because I'm sure you're on the road a lot, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever change what your sets are depending on what section of the country you're in, or is it to stay pretty much the same?
Maybe I might, I might up top
Mm-hmm.
rip about something I saw in the city, just to like connect, to show that like there's a real person on stage. It's not
Right.
robotic. You know what I mean? Maybe, like talk about Portland, how everybody, has facial hair there, or,
I know, except for me. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like the only one.
yeah, well,
It's the only reason I don't. It's because everybody else does.
yeah, well, you stand out. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the only thing that I have to do.
Or maybe how there's a lot of tents around there,
Yeah. Well, that. Yeah.
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 There's, whatever observation I can spin that I think is funny, and then
Right.
maybe I'll put it in up top before I get in the act, and then sometimes you rearrange jokes. Maybe you'll feel the vibe of the audience, and then rearrange some of your set. But
Change it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about where you're at right now. Like, where are you? Are you on tour right now, or where's the next place that people can see you performing?
well, I mean, when I'm in LA, I'm pretty much at the Laugh Factory on Sunset in Hollywood every weekend, and then I'm here until the 6th, and then I go to Florida,
Nice.
and then Miami, West Palm Beach, Jacksonville, and Atlanta that week. So it's always like just like one night in different cities at these different theaters, but yeah. So it's not like when bands go on tour, they're in a van, right, and on the road for like 6-7 months at a time. With comedians, it's a little different. You kind of hop on a plane, you go away for a week, and come back home.
Yeah.
You go forth a lot.
Yeah, just bouncing back and forth all over the place. Well,
So on the road is Florida, yeah.
so what's the best way for people to follow you, to follow along? I mean, I noticed that you've got a lot of Instagram followers. Is that probably your favorite social media platform, or which do you prefer?
Yeah, because you get more of a taste of my personality on there,
Yeah.
with stories and stuff like that. But Instagram's the best. Twitter, yeah, Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, I tend to keep more towards friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Well, Michael, I want to say thank you, for joining us. That's fantastic, and we'll have to have you back on again sometime. If you're ever here in Portland, too, you got to hop here on the show.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael.
Awesome, man.
All right, that was Michael Lenoci here on Digital Trends, comedian.